Hey everybody out there in YouTube land, this is Jake Jabarelli at Jabarelli.com, just a bunch of referral links. And today I'm going to be talking about SpeedBit, but only as a reference to the concept of the High Yield Investment Program, or HYIP. You may have seen this phrase or this acronym used in the internet if you've gotten into any of these crypto activities in the past. A lot of people, there are a lot of high yield programs out there, just probably thousands of them, all with their own websites, all with their own scam. And it's important to make the distinction that high yield isn't always a scam, but often is. I would say probably 3/4 or 75% of the time it's a scam. Now, does that mean you can't make money on a scam? No, it does mean it's possible. But with high risk, as people always say, high risk equals high reward. Well, high risk also means high loss. So if you have a lot of money to burn, I'm going to predicate my video, as I've been saying in other videos of the past, don't spend what you can't lose. If you're okay with losing $100 US, then do $100 US. At current prices, that would be 0.01 Bitcoin. If $1,000 is fine with you to lose, just know it's the same thing as throwing it away at the casino. If you're cool with losing $1,000 at a casino and walking away with all that money gone, then that's what you should play with. But don't look at your car, your house, or any other larger amount of money, unless, like I said before, if that's throwaway money, then that's fine. For me, throwaway money is like $10. That's throwaway money. If I lose $10, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna be bothered by it. I guess $100 I could probably do that too, but that's not the point. The point is, what's your funny money? What's your play money? If you lost a $10 bill, would you be really upset? No? Then that's what you should do. So SpeedBit. SpeedBit is an exaggeration over Finalmente Global, which was another one I've recently made mention of, as well as Passive Experts, another high yield investment program. And SpeedBit's even faster. Thus the name. So I did do just a tester. That's the reason you're actually seeing real numbers here. At the current price of Bitcoin is really close to $10,000 US right now. So it's entirely possible that it could go higher, because this is the halvening. I mentioned this previously in my last video, is the halvening's coming. It's about 4 days away. But what I want to talk about with SpeedBit is a comparative tool. In a previous video, I did a comparison between, like I said, I can't pronounce it. It's Latino word, Finalmente. Finalmente Global and Passive Expert. Now this is SpeedBit. The other two have pretty much a 1% per day earnings. That's extremely high. It's nothing compared to anything you'd ever get with any other company. I'll do the calculations real quick here to say what a traditional bank, let's say 5%, right? That's annually, 5% annually. Divide that by 355. This is the percentage in a day, 0.01. 1/100th, or in this case, 1/365th of 5 is close to 0.1%. Yeah, not a lot. And the banks right now are doing even less than that in the United States, because the federal government changed the amount that those banks can make on their money, so they had to lower it for the regular users. So I think I made a point with BlockFi that they did 8.6%, which is exceptionally high right now in these times. Divide that, there you go, 0.02, not a whole lot. So if these companies can do 1%, what is that? 1 divided by 0.023, 43 times what BlockFi will offer. 43.5. Well, SpeedBit does even more, which should, I would think, set off alarms in your thought at how unlikely it is for them to be able to keep this process up, because it's hyperinflation. There's no way it could last forever. Well, what is it? Let's go down here and talk about it. So here's their little deposit your amount now. In 60 minutes, they claim you can get 0.25%. Yeah. So how many 60-minute blocks are there in a day? Well, there's 24, right? So it's going to be this times this, which is that, 6%, right? If you took 24 and divided by 4, you'd get 6. So what is that? Just as a comparison. Well, Final Mint Global offers 1% a day, just like Passive Expert does. But these guys are offering 6% per day. So it's literally 6 times as much as these other guys, which are already really high. Well, 1% per day, times 365, that's 365% in a year. So what would this be in a year? Well, it'd be 6 times as much, which I think actually comes out to slightly over 2,000%. It's ridiculous. Let me just do the calculation so you can see it. What? 6, right? Times 365? 21. 2,200%. That's impossible, in my honest opinion. Maybe somebody can do it. I don't think this company will be around long enough to show you a 2,200% increase in the value of your money. Now, they only want you to do this for no more than 60 days, and they claim that, like it says here, 360% return on investment, which if you put in, let's do it, 0.001, which is about $10 currently because the price is so close to 10,000, you'd make $35.50 US dollars. And I would say this is all I would ever even look at. Like say, let's speculate. Let's speculate. How much would it be if I did 1? Right? $35,000. Right? It's easy to figure out because the price is so close to 10,000 in Bitcoin right now. But and that's in 2 months, 60 days. I don't honestly think they could pay it out. I don't think this is realistic. It's pretty. The site's really nice looking, right? I would go with taking my money out every day on this site. If you can put in, let's not do 1. I don't have 1 Bitcoin to play with. Let's say 0.015 like that. Yeah. No, I think I can do a little more. Let's do 0.03. Yeah, $300. In 1 day, what do you get back? Right here. About 20 bucks. So you've got $300 that you can spare. I know I can. And if I lost all 300, I wouldn't be happy about it, but it wouldn't kill me. But 20 bucks in a day. And if you took that out and then put it back in again, or if you just let it ride until it hits, but it would still be, the point would be to take out whatever you made. I think the key I want to make here with these sites in general is not just the analysis thereof, but the what can you get out of it? How long does it take for your initial investment to double itself? So let's look here. They say that after a month you'll have more than you started with. So I made up a chart, which you guys can look at. I'm going to share it in the video in the description. It's a lot of numbers. I realize maybe not everyone's super keen on how all this stuff is put together, but I put some bars over it to show you kind of where things are. So this is actually kind of currently where I am with my investment. I started yesterday about midnight. It's a little afternoon here right now. So let's say it was this number right here. I put in roughly $10 worth, and it's currently valued at about 30 cents. So how long would it take for me doing this compounding investment to get my money back? I put $10 in. How long does it take to get $10 out? Well, let's go down and find out. They said in the program, this program right here, after 30 days, which is what? 30 times 24, 720 hours, I'll get more than my original investment, 180%. So what would be 100%? Let's find the 100% mark. It's not, that was 1 week. It's 2 weeks. I'm looking for, okay, 100% compounded, 100%, and it's right there. There we go. 274 or 78 hours. What is 278 hours divided by 24? Sorry, I'm not showing you my work here. 278 divided by 24. 12 days, 11 and a half days. So if you put in $10 in 11 and a half days, you'll have another $10. Now theirs is additive. The way they do it is additive. The reason I have this list on here. They don't say that you'll make 100% until here, 400 days in. But like I said, I guess I didn't say this before, but I should make a point of this. The question I'm trying to solve with my participating in this site is whether or not it's additive, like this column says, which is what their website says. Their site says that it's additive. It doesn't say that, but this is what the numbers mean. But because these things are compounding and it's taking what on the previous amount was, so if it tacks it on every hour, then the next amount is larger. So you have to actually change the percentage, and that's why this chart is so complex. I have the compound amount, which is how much it would be based on, compounding every hour. And if it was additive, meaning it wasn't compounding, it was just tacking on a specific set amount of value, which I don't think it's doing, but I haven't proven that yet because I haven't had enough time. Let me just go back up here and show you. The differences between these amounts are so minimal, it's hard to tell if it's actually additive or compounding, cumulative. So once I get out far enough, about a day's worth, I'll be able to tell, is the amount of money that I got 18.18% higher than the amount of money that they predicted I would get? If yes, then it's compound. So if it is compounding, that's better for you. Realistically, that's how pretty much every interest site works. Now, if you take the money out, you're not going to compound. So you just go back to your original investment. But I was saying, how quickly would I get to double my investment? And like I said, it would be 278 hours or about 12 and a half days. And if they do it the way they do it with additive, which I don't believe it is, but let's suppose 400 divided by 24, it's about half a month. So 16 days, a little bit more than half a month. It's not much longer. It's like it's about 4 days difference. But in my opinion, if you're looking for the quote-unquote free money aspect, then you're looking to say, how quickly do I get my investment back? And if you can take it out every day, well, it would reduce the amount you had. So let's say we did that. I don't have the calculations all here, but let's quickly say it. What was my original investment? Now, the one point I want to make on this, and I actually made a comment on this on the website regarding this exact thought. If you base it just on the additive, it makes more sense because the value of the Bitcoin changes constantly. So it's hard to predict definitively what the amount will be in the future because it could be, 9,200 one day and 10,000 the next day, or even the next hour. And with that huge change in value of the original money, compounding is difficult to estimate correctly. So that's the reason, even though I'm showing these values, it still may not even be easy to determine even once I get out to 24 hours. So I'm using this as a general chart, and this is a general chart, and if the number had stayed the same, I'm trying to get as close as I can, but like I said, I need some time to let it prove its value. If it is this, I'm not disappointed. If it is this, even better. But I won't know until I've gotten far enough out. Anyways, the point I was trying to make with this is that the cumulative amount is better for you, but if you were to take it out every day, after every 24 hours actually passed, then you go back to your original investment every single time. So what is the 24 hour, right? If I get this, I'll have $10.43, I guess. I put in, it wasn't actually $10, but it was this amount first, and then when I'm done, it's this amount, this 0.00006176. That value is the money. I take that out. If I take it out, it just resets me back to the original. Whatever that is, just puts it back. So I can only ever get 43 cents ish because of the change in price. Let's call it that. Let's say 43 cents. Now, how long will it take to get me to $10? 10 divided by 0.43, 23 days. So if you go and take the money out every 24 hours, or however often you end up doing it, every 8 hours or whatever, yeah, you're getting your money out, but it's going to take longer to double it. So I would say wait till it doubles, 11 days, and then take that original investment out, and then that money is now free. Granted, technically all this money is free once you've made the interest, but my point was to get my original investment out again. So that's the key with this. High yield investment programs are extremely risky. They're fly by night. They could be gone tomorrow, and all your money with them. So get what you can when you can. And if you're going to be doing this, don't play with more than you're willing to lose. Anyways, I'll talk to you later about this. See you on the flip side.